Welcome, viewers, to a brief retrospective look at the works of comic, writer, and director Jim Tews, a man who's abandoned convention, stayed in unhealthy relationships, and lived a life less ordinary so that he could return from the battlefields of life and bring you his stories. We're going to watch a few brief segments from his vast body of work and hear from some of his closest friends and admirers. Enjoy.
Oh yeah, Jim's a great guy. Solid writer. Very, very funny man. Good friend of mine. Good director. He actually created a web series for HBO Lab that I had the honor of working on with him. It was called The Opener, and it was a look at his life on the road as a stand-up comedian. And it was very funny. Had a very unique take.
You know how you have you have a hole inside, right? Okay, put stuff in it. Put comedy in it, prestige. Put prestige in it. Put oh, I won something, or oh my God, I ate a whole piece of mile high cake at the Cheesecake Factory.
I also had a small role in his short film My Cement, which was just a very deep and personal movie that he worked on, and it was just brilliant. He put a lot of himself into that movie. But that's just what Jim does.
In 2009, Jim completed a short film about his personal struggle with leaving a city and a woman he'd come to love. The short featured original music by his longtime friend and actor, Lee Honeycutt.
Jim actually came to me and said, "Lee, I like the way you look." And he asked me if I wanted to be in his movie, his short film he's working on. And of course I said, yeah. Because it's every actor's dream to work with somebody as talented as Jim.
Well, I think you're better off, honestly.
Yeah, you might be right.
And at least now I won't have to save a seat for somebody who never shows up.
Yeah, I worked with Jim on 2 of his short films. He's a lot of fun to work with. But it's easy to work with somebody when you admire them so much as a person and as an artist.
Marry me now. Take off your Band-Aid, 'cause I don't believe in touchdowns. What was I thinking when we said hello?
I just feel like his stories are great reflections of the world around him. He doesn't hold back, and he's very handsome.
Oh, Haley, sorry your life's a piece of shit. Welcome to the club. I almost moved to California one time. Didn't work out, though. Ran out of cash. Right before I left, I sunk all my money into this pyramid scheme. That did not work out. Hey, do you have any spare change?
I remember we were recording the song for the short, and he wanted me to do it in 2 takes. He wanted me to get it done because he was getting hungry. And I just remember looking at him and thinking, he's a really handsome guy.
Jim has a lot to say. All of his work is very personal, and I think it comes through in everything that he does. Just look at his stand-up. It's like he's retelling his life. It's like his way of living is putting his life down on paper to share with the world, and it's amazing, and you really feel that genuineness.
I'm getting older though now, and all my friends are having kids that they actually planned for, which is kind of weird. But my buddy's like, "Hey Jim, me and Pam are pregnant." I'm like, "Oh my God, what are you gonna do?" He's like, "Well, we both have full-time jobs, and we own a house, and we're married, so I think we're gonna raise it into adulthood."
He's also a very good-looking guy.
Jim Tews is truly handsome.
It's funny, as long as Jim and I have been working together, I have been trying desperately to get him to date one of my sisters. And then hopefully they will one day bear his children. What?
Jim is a really charismatic guy, and I can honestly say that I want to have his... No.
If I could have children with anyone, it would probably be man or woman. It would definitely be Jim.
Yeah, you went a little too far with that last one.
What are you talking? I just wanted you to read it.
I know, but I'm not just going to read things just because you tell me to, because this makes me look like an ass, because then it sounds like I really want you to have kids with my sisters.
You don't want that?
Of course not. Come on, man. You made like $40 last year.
No. It's not a respect thing. I respect you, but it has nothing to do with our friendship. I'm not having your babies. Not having your babies. No.
Maybe.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank you for joining us on this short but powerfully handsome and virile review on the life and work of Jim Tews.
Then I fell asleep and the city kept blinking. What was I thinking when I let you back in? I am trying to break your heart. I am trying to break your heart.